Hey kids, Pastor Tyler here again, and thanks again for joining us as we go through Advent and look at the things that we can learn and that we can apply to our own lives, and maybe we'll learn something new. Let's find out. So, if you've been with us the past couple of weeks, you'll remember that the first week we talked about how God is faithful, and then how last week, or the second week of Advent, we talked about how God's promises, love, and comfort all last forever, longer than we can probably imagine. So today we'll be continuing with what we can learn in this Advent season as we get closer to the birth of baby Jesus. I want to start off by asking you guys a question. Have you had a bad day? Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. Maybe it's been a full day that's just been bad, or maybe it's just been a small portion of the day that's been bad. I know that I myself have had a few bad days growing up and throughout the years. Whether it's me waking up late and that just throws off my entire schedule, whether it's schoolwork where I put a lot of work and effort into a project, and then when I got the grade back, it wasn't as high as I thought it would be, or as good as I thought it would be. And that can make my day go from good to bad pretty quickly. Or maybe it's your parents saying you can't do something, or you can't go hang out with these friends right now. You could be having a good day up to then, and then once they say no, you could be pretty upset and just have a bad day. So there's lots of things that can make us have a bad day at any point in the day. So I want you guys to think about a bad day you've had and just kind of what you were feeling. Maybe it started good, maybe it didn't. Who knows? So as we've been talking about, and as we have looked at, the season of Advent is a time of waiting and preparing for the birth of baby Jesus. And even as we look forward to Christmas, we may not always feel joyful, or the joy that comes from this waiting and preparing for baby Jesus. Sometimes bad things can happen, like waking up late, or maybe a favorite toy of ours got broken. Something bad can happen. And sometimes we can feel sad about what's going on in the world, especially what seems like this year seems like a pretty bad year, with having been locked down, having to not see friends and family all that often, being stuck at home for long periods of time, it seems like. So today's lesson deals with this phrase that comes from the book of Psalms. So I'm going to just show you guys. Hope you guys can see it. So it says, "May those who sow in tears reap with shouts of joy." Now, so like I said, this is found in the book of Psalms, which is a collection of poems and prayers, sometimes songs, that people have written throughout the years and have been collected together, and these have been sung, prayed, said, or even just read out loud for thousands and thousands of years. And they all come from different authors, not offers. So you may be wondering, what does sow mean? So sow, S-O-W, is something that a farmer does or a gardener does. When we sow, we are planting seeds and hoping that they grow into whatever that plant may be. So if you're a carrot farmer, you're going to sow carrot seeds and hope that carrots will grow. If you're a grape farmer, which many people in the area are, you're going to sow grape seeds and hope grapes will grow. I'm not a farmer. I think that's how it works. I don't know. If you know someone who is a farmer, you can tell them to correct me, or they can give you the right information, because again, I'm not a farmer and I've never really been good at gardening. But here's something cool about when we sow things in our lives. Sometimes it's not always physical fruit or physical vegetables. So when we show kindness to someone, we are sowing kindness in our lives and hoping that it grows into something much greater. Or even we sow love to help people around us feel loved. And that kind of goes into last week, where we can show love to people. And by showing love, we can maybe turn someone's bad day back into a good day. Who knows? Now, the phrase today says, "May those who sow in tears reap with shouts of joy." Now that's a little weird because you may wonder, how do you sow in tears? What does that look like? So we don't usually sow in tears and hope that more sadness grows, because that's not a good thing. We don't want that. So when we are feeling sad or we're having a bad day, God knows how we feel. And he knows that we don't always feel joy at times. But when God promises that when we sow in tears and we're honest about how we feel, whether it's a good day or a bad day, he will help us sow seeds of hope and joy. So even when a farmer goes out and sows his seeds and hopes for his plants to grow, even on our bad days, knowing that Jesus is with us can bring us comfort and joy. And maybe we need that in this Advent season. So I'm going to pray, then you guys can have a good rest of the day, hopefully. And we'll be praying for you and we'll be looking out for you guys. Okay? So let's bow our heads in prayer. Dear God, thank you for loving us and caring for us when we have a bad day, a tough week, or a difficult season. When we sow in tears, make joy grow as we wait for the birth of Jesus. Amen. See you guys next week.